Good afternoon. Here's the national news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am yours faithfully, Moriri Rebilalawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. Verbal war between Chief BC Akonde, Ayo Adebanjo, Yoruba elders to intervene. Ishaku raises alarm over plots to establish Boko Haram ISWAP camps in Taraba. My late husband doesn't take Colorado drug, but Arizona. Wife of late diploma holder says. Islamic group blames Goodluck Jonathan for current killings, kidnapping in northern Nigeria. Fuel subsidy removal. NLC fixes date for state national protest. The news in details. Chief BC Akonde, former governor of Osun State and former national chairman of All Progressives Congress, APC, and Chief Ayo Adebanjo, leader of Pan-Yoruba Social political group Afenifere, are both leading lists of Yoruba ethnic race. Alongside other Yoruba activists, they have been in the forefront in the struggle to have a better deal for their people. Though they may not belong to the same group, a verbal war has, however, ensured between the two elder statesmen. Also reacting, the Secretary General Yoruba Council of Elders, Dr. Kunle Olajide, says to praise that YCE would weigh in and prevent unnecessary escalation of the verbal war between the two elder statesmen. Olajide said, our duty as Yoruba elders is to douse the tension, to diffuse all these mudsliding, because these are our forefathers, and washing their dirty linen in the public is not the best for us. I can assure you we will bring the matter to an end very soon. Within the shortest possible time, we're going to bring the two of them together once again. We'll ensure and must ensure that we'll bring them together and put the past behind them right away, because failure to do that might have adverse effects on our aspiration. According to him, they are fighting over their personal interests that are not in the interest of Yoruba nation. I want to tell you, their fight has nothing to do with having a common front for Yoruba agenda. Yoruba are happier in a truly federal republic. They are entitled to the personal opinions and interpretation of events. That does not mean they are against Yoruba agenda or that they oppose it. Nothing changes Yoruba agenda, and efforts are on to resolve these differences. Governor of Taraba State, Darius Ishaku, has raised alarm over plot to establish Boko Haram and ISWAP camp in Taraba State. He said some traditional leaders and stakeholders are heading support to terrorists. Ishaku said he won't desist to discipline anyone caught in such acts, as insecurity affects everyone and everyone needs to tackle it collectively, he concluded.
The Boko Haram and other ISWAP are trying to set up a scale in this state. And that is why we had to have an emergency meeting for over 1.5 hours coming here. It is very sad that the traditional rulers are neck deep in encouraging this insecurity. Let me warn, I will not, and I repeat, I will not tolerate it, and I will not waste time to remove any traditional ruler that misbehaves. I am kind and soft, but let me tell you, ask those who are close to me, I can sometimes be decisive. Being quiet and gentle does not make me a mere foodstuff to be rubbish. Security, we must decide to hold it firmly, because it affects you, me, and every other person. When they are shooting, the bullet doesn't know who. If it's a madman, then you are unfortunate. If it's a sane man, then you pray the gun doesn't shoot directly to your face. But the havoc that will come consumes all of us. And because of that, any leader must be sensitive to make sure that if we can do away with one person and save 1,000 lives, it's much better for all of us. It is on this note, I will also further warn those that are working with us. It's usually more difficult when you go down the hill. The time we have less is a lesser time than the one we have consumed. And it's also more difficult. Because when you are going down the hill, it's slippery. I will not tolerate, accept those who will not buckle their trousers to do the best for the state. Let us leave the stage with the loudest ovation. We have so far performed well, and I want us to perform till the end very well.
The wife of 25-year-old man who jumped into lagoon in Ekpe, Lagos, Miss Sofiat Amsa, has said that her late husband was a drug addict. She told the news agency of Nigeria Now in a video interview the media outfit had with her. The interview came up after lifeless body of her husband was found. She said her late husband doesn't take popular Colorado, but a lover of Arizona brand of drug. According to Sophia, she said she lived with husband before he took sole decision to jump into lagoon. While responding on what could be reason why her husband took such great decision, the mother of 11-month-old baby said depression, poor parental care, among others, contributed to the decision her husband took by jumping into lagoon. She begged for financial assistance from fellow Nigerians as she shoulders the responsibility of our baby alone. Concerning insecurity, Islamic human rights organization Muslim Rights Concern MURIC has returned the blames of the current killings, kidnapping and destruction going on in the northern part of Nigeria to former President Goodluck Jonathan. The north is boiling with anger over insecurity, with some groups already starting to protest, while the average citizen up north is fuming with rage. MURIC identified Jonathan's administration as the real culprits of insecurity in the north and berated politicians who stole money meant for the purchase of arms for the armed forces. The group warned that the north against misplacement of their anger, pointing out that the bastardization of the Almajiris system had not helped. The group, in a statement distributed to media on Saturday, signed by its director, Professor Ishaq Akintola, insisted that the current security situation is not the fault of the current administration, but that of past leaders. Little or no effort was made to nip the problem in the bud. The remote causes are the bastardization of Almajiri system and the proliferation of drug addiction. Jonathan was in power at that time, but his attitude to Boko Haram insurgency was lukewarm. The National Executive Council, NEC, of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has decided to hold a national protest on February 1, 2022, against the planned removal of fuel subsidy. The decision was contained in a communique issued in Abuja on Friday and signed by the NLC President, Mr. Ayuba Baba, and General Secretary, Mr. Emmanuel Ugwaja, following their NEC meeting. The NLC noted that before the national protest, the Labour Union would hold protest rallies in all 36 states on January 27th against the subsidy removal. The communique added that the removal of the fuel subsidy would expose Nigerian workers and the citizenry to acute privatization and worsening the hyperinflation trend in Nigeria. It said, the NEC therefore resolved to project and resist the planned exercise and increase in the pump price of petrol by the federal government, as it's extremely insensitive to the acute hardship being experienced by Nigerian workers and people. Before we go, On the national news this hour, we need to take a recap on the headlines. Verbal war between chiefs BC Akonde, Ayo Adebanjo, Yoruba elders to intervene. Ishaku raises alarm over plot to establish Boko Haram ISWAP camps in Taraba. We also brought to you, my late husband doesn't take Colorado drug but Arizona, wife of diploma holder says. Islamic group blames Goodluck Jonathan for current killings, kidnapping in northern Nigeria. And finally, the headline we brought to you, fuel subsidy removal, NLC fixes dates for state and national protests. Thank you for watching. For more updates, you can link up on YouTube with the handle Babagide Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell for drop-off messages. Click on all for updates of our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page to enable you have our broadcast as well. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement of your goods and services and products, coverage of events and functions, to mention a few. The phone number to call 070-3822-6160. It's a beautiful Saturday morning in Nigeria. God bless you for being a part of BGI TV. I am yours faithfully, Morire Rebilalawa.